Shit, what's this podcast called?
Discourse of Human Events.
The discourse is just crazy.
Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. I wanna look and feel years younger, baby. I wanna
Watching movies on the
We gotta get our flashlight in.
Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Flashlight. Anyway,
Just
say that
talk
again.
about how Zach is a latent homosexual. He's been in the closet for years.
Beautiful.
No,
Bro, we said that was off
hate
the
why-
record.
I can't believe people watch movies on the phone. Like, it's not even close to the same experience.
I disagree. I like movies on the phone.
Like, there are details.
I don't think I miss any details
Like
on the phone.
expressions. No, I don't know. I don't
Like,
so.
think how big a screen is up to your, like, close to your face.
No. And then there's just the matter of comfort. Like, I don't like when you're on your bed just staring at it. That's just weird.
Or I'm sitting on the couch looking at it, or sometimes, like, I'm watching it while
You
I'm
have to sit there
cooking.
and hold it
It's,
up
like,
to you.
portable, you
Like,
know what I
just-
mean?
There's a TV across the room that you could just look at. How is that not easier?
It's not very easy to control. You have to find the remote.
Wow.
Okay,
That much trouble.
so-
I don't know.
you go use the restroom. What do you have to do when you're watching it on your big TV?
Poo poo.
I don't watch it when I'm in the restroom. I will do something else.
Exactly. You know what I can do
Primarily
while I'm
poop.
watching a show? I can take the show
Just
with
keep
me
going.
and just
That's
pop
just
it up
weird.
and watch it while I poop. Hell, I can even do it when I pee.
Wait. If you're watching like an action movie
Huh?
and you're sitting down, do you hold it in and wait for an explosion and just kind of time it with the explosion?
I'm going to now. That'd be easy with Mythbusters. Just wait till the end of every episode.
Instantly.
Did you guys just make a poop game?
Instead of a drinking game, a poop game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the convenience of being able to watch a movie or show wherever I want.
No,
So-
there are places you go. It's like I don't take food into the bathroom, Zach. There are places you eat. All right.
Okay.
And there are places you watch television.
Well, but there's also
Zach, what if you're eating spaghetti and you have to go?
Yeah.
Pick up the plate. You go into the restroom. You sit down and you just keep eating the spaghetti.
See, you get it.
Like, no, that's not what you do.
Alright, this podcast is starting to become a pretty smelly one.
Well, it's always been a shitty podcast.
That's true. In more ways than one.
But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't bother me at all to watch something on my phone. I literally don't even think about it.
No.
I can watch 10, 15 minutes short
Yeah,
videos.
I'll watch a YouTube or something. But even not even just YouTube. I don't like reading on the phone. I would prefer to get an iPad.
Yeah, reading I don't like on the phones or an iPad. I couldn't even do it with those. I actually went ahead and bought
There's
the
more
books I was
details
reading.
in a movie scene than there is in a few words on a page.
I don't know about that. I watched all of
Yeah.
The
Okay.
Boys on a phone.
Okay.
I don't think I missed anything on there.
Transformers,
Uh-huh.
even on a big screen, I can't follow the shit that's happening.
But the Transformers is...
It's too much shit.
But Transformers, their whole selling point is this is loud action movie that looks cool on a big screen.
I know, but I feel like a lot of things are happening in a lot of movies, like really fast, quick scenes where there's a lot going on. I feel like all you're doing is you know the ending, and you're like, yeah, okay, that's what happened. You're missing the details.
I don't
I
think that's true at all. I mean, phones are pretty large, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're not that tiny.
Pixel density.
How big was our TV when we were kids? Before we got a big screen.
I don't remember, dude.
Do you remember that? It's got to be like only like 20, 30 inches.
Don't look at me, I don't know.
Probably.
This is a big fucking thing too.
Like, it's still
Like a
bigger
bunch of
than, like,
shit around
a
it.
TVD monitor, right? Like, about a little bigger
But
than...
not that much.
Yeah.
Like, I would say like...
That's what I'm saying, a little bigger.
Like a PC monitor. Like,
Oh.
20 inches, it would be another 10.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I guess we put up with a... Yeah.
When
I
I
was
grew
just
up,
trying to
it
think, would I
was-
rather watch it on Zach's little phone or that thing back in the day? It's like 480p. Oh, no, not P, 480i. So it all looked like shit anyways.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter how big it was.
Yeah,
Before
so actually-
smartphones, though, I even watched all movies and TV basically on my laptop.
I mean, what it matters is the pixel density.
Yeah.
It's basically, literally, is how much pixel that actually get projected onto your eyes.
Yeah. Oh. Suddenly the volume turned up. But anyways. Something really weird happened. So, I was watching The Sopranos, right?
Uh-huh. You're rewatching it?
So, yeah, I started rewatching it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, so before we were watching it, this is first season, I think?
Uh-huh.
So, we would have been watching it before HD. Like, there's definitely no HD.
Yeah, for sure.
We probably had one of those big-ass hulking big screens when we were watching it, if I recall.
Yeah.
But I noticed there's a scene where AJ is like, he has a catcher's mitt and he's smacking a fly, and then there's a buzzing sound, right?
Uh-huh.
And like, I know I didn't think anything of it, like, when I watched it the first time. Watching on the TV screen a big 60-inch
Yeah.
HD version, there's no fly in there. He's smacking nothing. He smacks it. There was not a fly anywhere in sight.
They didn't bother
just
filming
put a
a
sound
fly.
in there.
Yeah.
What's that?
They didn't bother actually digitally putting a fly in.
Yeah, there's nothing there. I know he's slapping at nothing. Like, no, because it does a wide shot of the room,
Yeah.
right? And then it zooms in on him smacking at it, and there's nothing there. There was never anything there.
So what I'm hearing is a big screen
So
actually makes shows worse than a phone.
Older shows. But what I'm saying is it shows you that you can see details. So new shows...
Yeah, but I don't need that
details like
detail,
that.
right? Like, it's obvious.
don't.
They use the sounds. Like,
Yeah.
movies are
But it takes
purposely
you out of-
multimedia
that took
for
me
that.
out of that element of, like, when I was watching the show, like, that's so fucking fake. That is so fake.
Well, you should look at those remake of the old sci-fi movie. Now that's real fake.
I saw a thing with Malcolm in the Middle, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Where they redid it in HD.
Okay.
And so, I think it was Malcolm in the Middle. So originally it was in the 480, right? So you're only seeing so much.
Yeah. Old TV, yeah.
So he's in the classroom, and there are a couple kids around him, right?
Yeah.
And you see that. But in the wide angle shot, you see the rest of the classroom is empty, which is fucking weird, right?
That's funny.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, they're treating it... And
Yeah.
then, like, the previous shot, there are plenty of kids there, then they do a zoom in. But it doesn't work, because you can see the kids disappear.
That's why I almost never watch, like, remastered or anything. It's like,
Yeah.
you want to watch it how it was originally intended to be seen. Like, they didn't plan for filming having this be, like, 100% viewable. You can see everything.
Yeah.
Like, they used that to their advantage when they filmed it.
Yeah, they cheat here and there.
Yeah. And you have to.
You saw the UFO like in the 480i.
You don't have to. It's just
Look-
way
looks
cheaper.
so-
They didn't want to pay for all those kids in the
No.
TV show.
Like, think about it.
Mhm.
Like in the old movie, they have a plastic model UFO because so
Yeah.
blurry. It looks like a UFO landing. And in the remaster, you see a cheap $1
just a model.
plastic model. Just
Oh, yeah, I was watching the the honest trailers for Armageddon, if you've seen those,
Mhm.
where they just kind of mock the movie.
Yeah.
And then I see, like, in the opening sequence, they have, like, the title screen, Armageddon, and then it blows up. And to me, as a kid, I'm sure it looked awesome. To me now, seeing all the, like, visual effects I've seen, it's like, that looks like fucking clip art on, like, Microsoft Word.
Yeah.
That looks like a $5 visual effect. That just looks like such shit.
Well, it probably wasn't $5 back then for that visual effect.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it wasn't. But it looked awful.
But that doesn't.
I just laughed at it.
Like I say, it doesn't usually take me out of a movie if it's an older movie. I usually take that into account. Like,
That's true.
I can still watch Twilight Zone, and obviously it has some really janky special effects, but it's still great. I think it just forces, like, it shows what movies were actually good by the story, not by cool little effects at the time, too.
Yeah, but, like, sometimes when you notice those things, it takes you out because I'm not thinking about the story. I'm thinking about that's so fake.
True, yeah.
It looks like shit. That's retarded.
Yeah, like there's sometimes like people are driving in a car and it's obvious they're doing the green screen driving. That'll take me out.
Yeah.
It's like, can you just
funny.
like do a normal driving scene, like a green screen driving?
What is this?
I like when we watched Naked Gun, I think it was, and they mock that, and that, like, like they just change it to the most absurd shit. He's going down a railroad track, he's going down a horse race, like, whatever. It doesn't even matter. They can change it to anything.
Yeah. I do like when they mock that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then, do you remember the movie, what was it called, Dog something, that you told me to watch?
Dogville.
Dogville, yeah. That was kind of
Yeah.
interesting how they basically did, like, let's not do any of the Hollywood stuff, and it's basically a filmed
Very
play.
good movie. Yeah.
It was really
Chloe
weird.
loved that when I showed it to her. It's a very good movie.
Yeah.
It's hard to sell, too. It's like, okay, Chloe,
Yeah.
there's no shit in this. It's like a play, and there's no houses. What? What are you trying to make me watch, Nick? It's good. It's good. And then, like, the first, like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes are kind of boring because there's no action. It's just a girl going around doing nice stuff.
Setup,
I was like,
Yeah.
Chloe, it's good. I know it's 3 hours, but this is a build.
Was it really that long of a movie?
It's a 3-hour movie.
Dang, I don't remember that.
And, like, it is a slow build. It's a really good movie,
Yeah.
though.
I need to go back and watch it. I was trying. You're right. It's hard to sell because I think I've tried to sell Nicole on it a couple times, but it is hard to say like it's really cool. Like they took all these things like you're used to in movies and they took it out of it, and so it's like kind of like a play being filmed. Like how do you sell that? You can't.
Yeah, and and you can't like sell it by telling the ending because that would ruin the whole thing. Like
Yeah.
okay,
True.
but then it gets fucking dark.
Yeah. There's no
It
way
gets dark pretty
to sell.
quickly.
All you can say is it's a really good movie. That's basically all you have to say.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a really good story.
What was the last movie we watched? Something good.
Well, it's a
Or dark.
fling against.
Oh yeah, nah. I think we already talked about that.
Yeah.
Trying to find another topic. You watch anything good recently?
Before the podcast, I watched the South Park special.
Oh yeah, it was okay.
It was- yeah.
I like
About what I'd say.
somewhat. I was like disappointed just because the build and all the material they had to work with
Mhm.
over the pandemic. I was expecting like one of the best South Park episodes ever. I don't think it was that. It was,
I think
like,
South
a really
Park-
good episode.
It was
okay.
Yeah, it was good. It was just like you said. I thought I expected better, but I think South Park has the problem where when things are extra crazy,
Yeah.
what they're doing in the story doesn't seem that funny anymore because it's already crazy in real life. Like when Trump was
Yeah,
running, they had a
you
whole
said-
season that was shit because they tried to make fun of Trump. It's like Trump is more interesting at this point, or
Yeah, it's true.
entertaining.
He's more unpredictable.
Yeah.
It's predictability. So like when I was watching it,
Mhm.
I told Chloe they're gonna shoot Token. Token's gonna get shot.
Yeah.
As soon as the cops showed up, I was like, they're gonna shoot Token. I know it.
It's predictable.
But I
Like,
did not
that's-
see
so then
them
that ruins
putting.
the comedy when you know it.
But I didn't see them putting cops in as teachers. I thought that was pretty funny.
That was funny. That I'll give you that. That
But yeah,
that's
Token
funny.
obviously was gonna get shot.
Somehow Somehow the show made me want to go to Build-A-Bear.
That's hilarious. Apparently, there's a multiple specials too, though, so maybe that's part of the reason.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they're gonna do lots.
Oh, they're
And
planning?
Randy's gonna come on the weed in all of them.
That was very cringy.
Yeah, that was that was pretty
the
funny.
part that made me laugh when he breaks into the hospital like, "Hold on, Jimbo. Hold on, Jimbo."
He's standing there like letting him smoke the joint while he's naked.
He got a beard. Everybody got a beard.
I don't know. It was also like, I don't realize how long it was. I think it was an hour special, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So for being like 2.5 times longer than a normal episode is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, because it didn't feel like it was that long.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. They moved away from Hulu to HBO.
Yeah. We
Mhm.
spent so long trying to even get the fucking thing. We had to sign up for a free trial of some bullshit.
You didn't just get BitTorrent? That's what I did.
No, I didn't want to wait, so we watched it pretty close to when it aired.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
I always South Park is one of my favorite shows, so that's one I want to see.
You
if,
wouldn't even want to
when
wait.
it has been gone for so long, it's the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's like a UFC fight. I want to watch it, man.
I didn't even know it existed until today.
Oh no, I've been waiting for it.
I got advertised it on like Facebook or something. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know this was happening. When does this air? And I googled it and it said October 22nd, part 2. And I was like, oh shit, did part 1 already happen?
Mm-hmm. You know what I want? I want one of those sticks like Cartman. The social distancing.
See, that was another hilarious one.
Yeah, that was a funny joke.
I don't know. We'll see what part 2 brings us. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
What else going on?
Okay. Do we have to talk about the debates and Trump?
I think we
COVID?
have to, right? At this point.
Yeah, it's all over the news.
Did you watch
Yeah.
the debate?
We did,
We
and we're
did.
not gonna like. As soon as it ended, we're like, we're not watching the next 2.
Yeah,
It's
there's.
so hard to watch.
Like, I can't.
It
It's
was.
so.
It wasn't really like it was just people talking over each other and nonsense.
Who do you think won?
Nobody.
There was no winner.
See,
You can't
okay.
win debates really like that.
No, you can't.
I don't think you can.
So, like, it depends on what you think. Like, how you grade them. So, like, I think no winner in who changed minds, right? Like, no one
Yeah,
learned
yeah.
anything new.
That's what I
It
mean.
didn't change the election outcome.
No, I think it did.
Really?
Okay. I think nobody won the debate by making an argument that made sense or, like, whatever.
Uh-huh.
One, I think Biden had a lot more shit to attack Trump on than Trump had to attack Biden on.
That's true.
Yeah.
Did Biden actually get to make any of those attacks? He made like maybe 2, and they were all interrupted.
That is true.
Well, that's
So,
kind of the thing he did.
Like I think people don't realize the strategy that goes in there, and then the teams. Like he had to have practiced. Like they think it's off the cuff. It's not.
Yeah, obviously
Like
not.
they got the result they wanted. They wanted Trump to not let Biden talk because Biden had a lot to attack on him.
Uh-huh.
And he didn't get to. And then I think it just made people even more disengaged. And Republicans win with more disengagement because always less voters mean more Republican wins.
Yeah. I think if anything, though, more people... Well, no. I think Republicans just like Trump no matter what. I think that's part of the problem.
And like, did you not become even more disgusted with politics after this?
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Not like I love
pretty
Biden.
much.
No one stepped away with going like, Biden's the guy. He's so smart and great.
No. No one
They
stepped
stopped
away
away
thinking
going,
that.
Fucking politics is worthless, and this is just a goddamn circus.
The only
Yeah.
thing good was that cheese board.
Oh yeah, we had a cheese board during. So
I'm
that
jealous.
was good. But like, I think people stepped away, just like even more what's the word? Apathetic.
Apathetic,
about
yeah.
politics.
Okay, yeah.
And I think that's
For
a
sure.
win for Trump, actually. I think
Yeah.
in creating
Yeah.
apathy is a win for Trump.
That's.
Absurdly.
Strategy.
I wouldn't say you're wrong on that.
I'm not saying it's like a good thing
I
that
thought-
politicians are trying to make Americans apathetic.
I thought it walked
it is a
Trump
winning
walked.
strategy.
Yeah, I thought Trump walked away looking worse, but it doesn't matter
But
because
it-
people who aren't
it
voting
did
for him
not
already
change a
aren't
single
voting.
Republican's
Exactly.
mind.
That's what I
But
think
I
is the
think
problem.
it made the people in the middle become more disengaged.
Yeah, that's true.
Definitely not watching it.
I'm already disengaged. He didn't have to sell me on that because I'm not voting.
It more like confirmed your disengagement.
Yeah, exactly.
So I listened to Dan Carlin's Common Sense, his most recent episode.
Oh yeah, he's like.
I think he might have convinced me to vote maybe Biden after that one. I was like, whew. Dan Carlin's this worried about Trump? Like,
So I know that's like.
I did not
try
see
to-
that coming.
There are people I respect.
yeah.
And he's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say?
So his basic argument is Trump is saying essentially, if I lose, it's rigged and I may not go.
Okay.
And he thinks that's beyond the pale for a president. Like, you can't, that's like stoking civil war. Right? So he says so there are things like, yeah, you can say crazy shit, you can accuse people of things that are obviously not true, which happens on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you can't, like, say, I'm gonna ignore the fucking election and I'm gonna...
Because if I'm not
call
voted
for-
in, it's wrong and clearly rigged.
See, I don't believe that, though. Like, I think, so, Trump before did the whole, like,
It just
I think it was, go ahead.
it just really made me think back, like several years ago, there was a bill passed in China that made the chairman endless.
Yeah. See, that's not gonna happen. See, I think we keep getting these things. I don't think Trump actually means it when he says shit he definitely never means.
Absolutely.
And, like, so there was a lot about, I think, the ruling for, it was something about immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
And he got overturned by the federal court. And there was a lot about, like, a constitutional crisis. Like, will he just say, do it anyways? But he abided by the court. He did not.
Okay.
Like, I think he like, before he was building, like, he was saying, like, he would.
Uh-huh.
Like, the court's so corrupt. The court doesn't mean anything. I have the authority. Like,
Yeah.
all this stuff, like, he's gonna ignore what the court says. And then when it came to it, he was like, that's the court. That's the Supreme Court. And he didn't do anything. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. He's so much talk and so...
Little execution.
Yeah, there's no wall. The
No, but
Mexicans were
here's the
never gonna
problem,
pay for
Nick.
it. Yeah.
He says a lot of things he doesn't mean or knows he won't do.
Yeah.
But people who are for Trump absolutely believe those things. So when he does say, if he doesn't win the election, then it's clearly rigged. I do believe a lot of people that follow Trump will believe that absolutely 100%.
That he... Oh, yeah. But I don't think he'll actually do it. I don't
think he will
I think
either.
he'll just completely peacefully transition.
But that's not the problem.
Unless it's actually legitimately unfair.
That's
Like, if there is some actually super suspect thing, and it won't be like he'll call for people to go uprise. He'll take it to the Supreme Court, just like Gore did in 2000. That's it.
But Carlin was also talking about how that is starting the Civil War words by just putting that in your people. Like, now you don't have faith if your guy loses that the system actually voted the way you wanted. Like it wasn't rigged or not.
No, not cool enough.
Like, that's going to get people mad no matter who wins.
Yeah, I do think, like...
Oh, by the way, there was a Trump rally in Columbus on 270, and somebody in the Trump rally shot their gun out their window at somebody that wasn't in the rally.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Just figured that would be nice and topical for her.
Believe it or not, today when I was driving to get grocery,
Mm-hmm.
this is Bay Area, everyone,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw someone has a car with a bumper sticker said Trump and Pence.
Oh, yeah. I'm not surprised by
one.
the Trump people I see in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
They're brave. I'll
They
give
are
them that.
brave.
What
Yeah.
was I going to say? But
That's
so,
true.
like,
What?
Carlin didn't have an episode during the impeachment, I don't believe.
Mhm.
Right?
That's how I remember now.
I think that's another, like, that's too far beyond the pale for me. Like, they're impeaching him. There was nothing no evidence. It was just bullshit.
Yeah.
That was just politics.
It's the same thing. Like, I think both parties are corrupt beyond belief. And that's where I'm like, okay, the Republicans are also saying dumb shit that is bad for the Republic and bad for America. But then I look at the Democrats and I'm like, yeah, I know so many people believe their sides. I think they're both fucking worthless.
I guess my viewpoint is I'd rather have the corrupt side that doesn't give the type of people that are gung-ho about Trump, those type of people, I don't want them to have their guy in office.
I don't like them either. I don't like I saw a video today where, like, the dude punches just some guy that's playing a song or something.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the
it's
Trump
in
guy
Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay.
Punched the dude
There's
playing
some
a song.
guy
Yeah.
like just playing a song that's annoying this MAGA guy,
Okay.
and that guy just starts shouting at him to shut the fuck up. And that guy doesn't even say anything, I don't think.
No.
And he just punches him, just sucker punches him.
No, he says
Like,
I have
those
freedom
people-
of speech too, and the guy says
Oh.
you have freedom of speech, but not here.
I didn't hear the audio's not that great.
Oh.
Anyways, the guy
Oh.
just punches him.
Who
Like, that's an
punches
asshole.
who?
The MAGA guy.
A MAGA guy.
Okay.
But that's what I'm
That dude's a
saying.
fucking lunatic.
There
Those
there
are
are
the people they
some lunatics in Republicans.
Yeah.
Not that there aren't in Democrat, but I think there's
That's what I
definitely
say,
more in
like-
Republican.
I don't. And then when it gets to the policies, like, I can't stand the Dem is going so censorship, and I've always been against that.
Yep.
It used to be the Dems that were anti-censorship.
Isn't that weird?
That was too long ago.
Yeah, I was telling Chloe how, like, I used to hate Republicans because I felt like they were the censorship people.
Yep.
Like, I used to despise them so much. I always liked Ron Paul, who was a Republican. That maybe pulled me a little to the right. But I still respected Dems for their, like, fuck you, no censorship,
Mhm.
like, stance.
Oh,
and
that's
now,
totally changed.
now
This
it's the
is
other
so
side, and that's where I'm like,
weird.
I can't bring myself to ever vote Democrat for that.
Isn't it
But
so
then-
weird that it's kind of muddy waters, like what
Yeah.
used to
Yeah,
be
like you
Democrat
say.
and Republican, what is now?
Yeah, you can't say
Yeah.
anything offending, the protected folks.
Yeah.
But on the other side, I know there are still super religious Republicans,
Yeah.
and I can't stand them. I'm disgusted by it.
They're usually older generation. They're
Yeah,
gonna die in another
but
20 years
no.
or something.
I know Trump is appealing to them. Did you see his last COVID video?
Yeah, he's
I
totally
watched
just
it a
appealing
few
to
hours
them.
ago.
Yeah, I saw that
He
too.
Yeah, I was like, as soon as he said, and people don't want me to say this, but it's a miracle.
I know I get a lot of
really a
criticism when I say it, but it's a miracle. It's a miracle.
What he's
Trump.
doing,
Yeah.
he doesn't
I
believe
know,
this shit because he's not religious.
He's not.
But what he's doing is he's appealing to those religious
Voters.
old voters, those old religious people.
Because they like
Yep.
to believe
That
in
is a
miracles.
direct appeal, and like I this is where I think his campaign is brilliant, though. Like, I think the debate, whoever coached him to do what he did, and whoever told him
not
to
just-
do that video,
Not just him.
it's smart.
Yeah. Well, I don't disagree with
He's in
that.
the TV industry for how long? He knows
Yeah.
how to manipulate
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So there you go.
He sells like I know he's selling that shit. Like, I was watching that speech and I'm like, I can see the demographics, and the Biden does it too. I told Chloe during the debate, he mentioned Scranton and he was raised in Scranton.
Yeah.
Like twice, and he made sure, because Pennsylvania is a swing state, and he wants them to know, I'm from Scranton. I'm a working class guy. I was raised in the suburbs of Scranton, unlike this this New Yorker.
Yeah.
like that's what the debate's about. It's not about making correct arguments.
Getting your
about
little
policy.
quips
It's about
in for
any of that
people.
bullshit.
Nobody goes into detail the policy.
That's what
Nothing.
I'm like. Don't evaluate the debate on who like made the right arguments. Evaluate it on who affected the election more.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean swaying voters. It means even making them disengaged. And I think
And unfortunately, that helps Trump.
Yeah, I think.
Which, like you said, probably was the strategy going in.
Yeah. And these people are so sociopathic and Machiavellian.
Yeah.
Like Karl Rove, I think. Like if you remember how he got Bush elected, really, was he pushed gay marriage in the swing states to get evangelicals to the polls.
Yeah.
And then Dick Cheney, his daughter, is a lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
And she's obviously, he doesn't give a fuck about that. No, we need to get elected.
But he knows how the fundamentalists will vote.
Yeah, you need to just put that shit aside, and we're gonna make gay marriage illegal in a few states. They don't care.
Fucking
The
crazy.
point is to affect the election. They affected the election, and they won.
Sometimes it seems like you're pushing the direction the wrong way, but it actually stir up the controversy that will push it in the other way.
That's where I think the whole thing, 90% of this shit, I think the whole point isn't that they care either way. The point is they're trying to get elected so they can get the spots so they can steal from you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think most Americans will even disagree with you. Yet we still engage in this two-party system because what other choice do we have?
See, that's why I become more and more disengaged. I'm it doesn't matter.
So, if there's no Black Lives Matter protests and all, I think Biden is very, very likely to win.
I do think that the Antifa, the riots hurt him like crazy.
Yeah.
You think the riots hurt Biden?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No way
I could see that.
Because it's the suburbs that I think there are a lot
Normally those suburbs don't vote.
No, I think a lot of them would vote Democrat because they believe in the social message, they believe in the idea of equality and treating people right and all that. But when they don't feel safe,
that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's fear. Fear drives a lot of behavior.
True.
And then if you make them afraid, then they will either disengage or they will vote Republican.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know.
Very true.
It's crazy. Do you think COVID is do you think it was intentional?
What do you mean? And I
mean, do you think he just accidentally got COVID?
Oh, him getting it. I don't think so. Although it does seem oddly timed, but also not oddly timed because he was in public. So
I don't know. I honestly think I think they're so sociopathic. They would have looked at it, and if it made sense for him to get COVID now,
Be like, Mr. President,
and it
it's
does.
time for you to get
why
COVID.
do you think it makes sense for him to get COVID now? That's why I don't know why
here's
it's
where
a
I
good
think
thing.
Most votes, a lot of them now are being done via mail, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he gets COVID now. Okay. People start feeling sympathy for him. I mean, don't worry about the far left that just hate his guts. And
No. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they're obviously not swingable votes.
The middle is what matters. And I think a lot of the middle will be poor guy. And if they were going to be they were going to vote for him, now they feel a little guilty voting against a man that's on his deathbed, maybe. And then, if they, could he put up that performance in the debate again? I do think sympathy. I think some people are sympathetic. And then he gets to put out that message, that appeal to old religious voters, and everyone's going to watch it.
You think a month before that, though, is the time to do it if you want the sympathy vote?
And brilliantly and greatly, for him, Biden pulled his ads. You know that, right? Biden pulled his attack ads.
Oh. What his attack ads?
They were playing ads, calling Trump a piece of shit, basically.
Because he let all the people die from corona.
Because it's not in good taste when Trump is, dying, right? Or potentially.
Yeah, you can't have attack ads at that point. That's a good point.
Yeah, like, there are so many reasons I look and be like, if I were Karl Rove, the brilliant mastermind campaigner, I'd be like, Trump, it'd be great for the campaign if you got COVID right about now.
But what about the fact that a lot of other White House staffers are doing it? Are testing positive?
Yeah. Well, that makes the story more believable.
Okay.
If you believe in super sociopathy, if you want to sell the story...
You actually get it.
It's like, yeah, if you know you murdered a guy and you want to make it look like self-defense, you better cut yourself a few times.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. But what if it did turn south and he actually had to go to the hospital? Like, ooh, this is actually going bad.
Nah, I think you'll come out of it fine. But who knows? I mean, it's a risk. Like, maybe they said there's a 94% chance of you surviving, but it will help your election chances it'll bump it 3%.
Which is huge. Yeah.
Yeah, which is huge, because it's like, it's so close. So it'd be like,
Man,
fucking give me COVID.
the sad thing is that, like, a lot of people have already talked about how that's possibly not true.
Yeah. I think it's true. I think they would actually do it just to win the election. They'd get them COVID. I
Yeah.
don't think they're faking it. I think they actually. I'm not saying I know, or I'm just saying it's. I'm so cynical about politics and sociopaths anymore that I think they would think, is it beneficial for us to get COVID? Let's get COVID.
Yeah. What, do you think they just had a vial of COVID laying around?
No, you just invite somebody you know has it.
Cough in my face. What if that was happening behind the scenes? You just
Oh yeah.
spit in my mouth.
Trump made out with the girl that had COVID and they knew she had it.
It'd be so fucking weird.
Oh yeah, there was also the.
Chris Christie got it.
Well, there was the leak of
Who?
Melania Trump's.
Oh
audio.
yeah, her.
Oh yeah, I saw
And I'm
that.
so cynical. As soon as I heard it was good, I told Chloe, nah, I think they leaked it. It was on purpose. It made her look sympathetic. It made her look nice.
But it's on CNN, which
Of Melania? I thought
Exactly,
she
which
said
makes it
something
even
about
more
like
believable.
Christmas decorations being dumb or something.
No, but no. The context was, I don't want to do Christmas decorations. There are immigrant children that need my help, or something along those lines. It made her look super good,
Oh.
and that's where I was like, I don't buy this.
Yeah, that's not a
shit
leak.
bit. I think they leaked it to CNN to make it look less fake, because CNN will play it no matter what, because it's news. It's news.
Yeah.
And then it'll
generate
make it
viewership.
Yeah, but it will make it look more like they didn't leak it because it went to CNN. Like, it wasn't a leaked, like a fake leak or a propaganda piece, but it's really a propaganda piece, and they gave it to CNN to make it more authentic looking.
It's such a weird age we live in where everything's so much propaganda and media to control the people, right?
Yeah. Do you remember the
What?
the Matt Damon where he like goes between dimensions but he's running for president? That movie from like 10 years ago?
The fuck did you just say to me?
There's seriously a movie where Matt Damon is running for president.
Uh-huh.
And he has a hat or something, and he goes between like I
don't remember.
Bro, I think you had a dream.
No. Hold on.
I think you're describing a dream to me. You have some Matt Damon fantasies.
No, hold on. It's a real movie. It's from a decade ago.
And he had hockey skates on.
I knew as soon as I described this movie, you'd be like, Nick is high as fuck.
He wore mittens because of the time travel.
Like that. It was like the way they sold it and the way the movie actually was. Like, fuck, did I just watch?
And he met Frosty the Snowman.
The Adjustment Bureau. I'm pretty sure that's it.
The Adjustment Bureau.
I didn't watch this.
You know what? I think I've seen that movie.
Yeah, now you know what I'm talking
Hold
about.
on, wait. Let me look it up because that name sounds familiar.
But he mysterious. The man of adjustment will do everything to prevent David. Defy fate to be with.
They
her.
stole his future. Now he's taking it back.
Yeah, see, it's weird shit, right? It's something like that.
I haven't seen this, no.
I don't remember the point. Like, I forget 90% of the movie. It was weird as shit. But there was one, like, great scene that I do remember.
Okay.
And it's, like, where he becomes, like, a candidate for president or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes out with, like, a shoe. And then, like, he says, like, he becomes more authentic of a politician because he says there's actually a team of analysts that look at how scuffed up my shoe should be to make me look like I'm not too rich. I actually work. So and then they go and they mess up my shoe enough before I appear in public.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt there's
Like-
some of that going on in politics.
Like that's how planned out this shit is, and that's how inauthentic it all is. Like, I thought that was a great scene because that's what I think about politics. It's basically that fake.
Yeah.
Like, there is a team looking at that kind of shit.
I would say it's run like you would a movie. Like, how is the audience going to view this?
Yeah.
We need to
Like,
make you
there's
look like X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. What's that, like, where they have a pre-screen or whatever? Like, people view it and then they write
Oh, yeah.
names.
Oh.
When in Bruno they did that,
Yeah.
and then they show the dick going, Bruno! And then the people are like, I don't like it.
What is that called? Like, group, it's something testing. Group test,
As
Screen
screen
testing?
test?
no.
No, the group is called something. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
What is the
But,
group
like,
called?
they do that. Like, they
Yeah.
have little teams, and they will test, like, strategies and things the president say and all that shit, and then they will come up with the best thing for him to say.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
So, yeah.
It's basically as long as you can remember to do all that stuff.
That was a weird movie in retrospect. I swear it was something about he travels dimensions or something. Or something fucking weird as
Dude,
shit.
that-
It's written by
That name of the group is driving me crazy. What are those called?
Philip K. Dick.
What? Oh, it's based off a Philip K. Dick novel?
Yes. And he's a sci-fi
Yeah, I
writer.
know.
That's why, like, it started out like normal until it got weird.
He's the one that did the Scanner Darkly.
Mm.
Focus Group. God,
The focus group,
Yeah.
that's it.
I was gonna be stuck in my brain until I got it.
I heard of those words.
I've heard those words before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to read the Wikipedia, like, summary of that movie, and already I'm lost.
Yeah, what? I think it would be fun to be a part of a focus group and just like try to fuck it up.
Yeah, he uses doors to teleport.
What?
Yeah, see, there was something weird like that. He reveals the negative consequence of his relationship, uses doors to teleport and evade the Bureau. I swear it was not a good movie. It was
Okay, that's what I was about to say. Well, was it
was
good? Do I
weird.
need to watch
You
it?
just basically forget. No, it was just that one scene that I thought was, like, really good. That's one thing that
Good
stuck
example
in my
of
head
how
because
crazy
it's like,
it
that's
is.
actually what I believe. Like, they got spot on politics on that one.
So we talked about this before,
Mm.
about running our own campaign and stuff.
Hmm.
If you were Trump going to the debates, do you think you would think of a different strategy? What would be a different strategy you would employ?
That's a good question. Like,
Or is that the best
I thought his
strategy you think?
was good to just, like, basically Biden shouldn't be able to talk.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another one.
Or a better one for Biden. Obviously his was
Better one for Biden.
the losing
I honestly
strategy.
believe he's not, like, like he sounds like he just memorizes sound bites. Like I don't
Yeah.
think he's mentally capable of doing a real debate. But
No.
if like somebody like 10, 20 years younger with energy like
He did get out of "You're literally the worst president we've ever had."
yeah, but that's not they seem like they weren't clever. Like they could have been memorized. Like
Yeah,
there could have been so many
there's no off the
improvised
cuff,
bits. He never
like-
improvised something.
yeah. That's something Trump does seem to do sometimes, is improvise things.
Yeah.
I think it's just you're running against the campaign.
Yeah.
Like somebody writing all those scripts, and Biden have to remember everything, recite it.
Yeah,
Let me put it this
you can
way.
barely do
If-
that.
I think if there was a Democrat Trump, right, just somebody as aggressive as Trump was
Mm-hmm.
on the Democrat side,
They'll be killing it.
he would have destroyed Trump.
Yeah, I
Like
think you're right.
there would have been no question about who would win. He would have just destroyed him.
Do you
Bernie
think
was
maybe someone
Not doing that either. He focuses too much on his
he's
talking
so
points.
scripted. He
Yeah.
just, I swear to God, I want to play a drinking game when I drink every time he says billionaires.
The billionaires. No, top
Like
1%.
I could write his speeches for him. He's so predictable.
Yeah. What? So, I get what you're saying. If somebody was more like Trump, but on the Democratic side, but what do you think they would do? Just interrupt him? Then it would just be what it. Like the first 10 minutes of the debate was just them talking over each other.
Yeah, like I think they would have just brought up, even if like he has nothing to do, just like the country's falling apart. Look at the country now. Like it's on your watch. Just say that a million times.
Yeah.
Like it's all falling apart.
Yeah.
We're on the brink of civil war. Like just say shit like that over and over.
No,
and
that's
over.
yeah. I think that would
And
be
if
good.
you did it in a clever way, like when in a clever way where like Trump is saying something and you interrupt and it's like you laugh. If he made you laugh
Yeah.
at something that was like it's falling apart and on your watch, I think it would be over. Like no one
Very
would
true.
respect Trump, and no one like he would lose his base because they'd make him look a fool. That's more important. It's more important than being right. Making him look foolish.
Yeah.
I don't think Biden made him look
Biden
foolish.
does
I
not
think
do that at all. I don't think he ever
A
will.
liberal Trump could have made him look foolish.
Yeah.
You can't pre-scripted that.
Yeah, no, you
That's
can't.
why.
It's got to be based on what he says, and you say some clever thing. And I really don't think Biden's there. He's just so slow. I think he's mentally competent, but I think he's like a normal 80-year-old man. Like it
Yeah.
takes him some time. He has to digest it and think.
Yeah.
And like,
It's fundamentally wrong to have your presidential debate between the senile.
yeah. I
I don't think he's
I just
senile,
don't
but
think
he's
mentally fast.
not mentally acute as he would be if it was 30 or 40.
Yeah, no.
Like, you
he's-
should be a cute man to
Yeah.
run the country.
I do think Trump's a cute. Like, I don't know what's up with him, but that dude has so much fucking energy for a 70-year-old.
Yeah, he does.
Like, he's snorting cocaine before he goes out there. Something's up.
He is very energetic for a 70-year-old man. Like, isn't he
Super
like?
aggressive.
Isn't he 74?
Yeah. Yeah. He's, like, I don't... What's weird is he's fat and Biden's in shape. I would really have expected Biden to be the more, like...
Well, a
I
lot
guess
of
it's
it,
just genetics.
a lot
like,
of it's genetic.
I think-
And-
Yeah, genetics
Like,
for sure.
in 10 years, I think Biden's going to have Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
Trump will just be an old man,
Especially
like,
with-
yelling at the nurse.
with the stress of a presidency on top of being 6?
Trump is certainly an interesting guy.
Well,
True.
that's never been a debate.
Yeah,
That's always been
very
true.
different person. Biden,
He just don't have that much of a personality, honestly.
I wonder what-
Very bland.
yeah, before even like when he was vice president, I didn't know much about him other than he's just a bland white guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, tell me anything in the last, I guess he's been in government 50 years. What like?
What did he do?
No, just like what interesting has he done, or other than being like he was Obama's VP,
Yeah, he made
But
some
what
sweet
else?
memes with Obama.
Did he?
You see all those like him and Obama being buddy buddy memes?
But okay, what did he do?
No, that was a joke. Nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nothing.
Seems like a
It just looks like a backdrop.
standard bland white guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
nothing memorable.
Oh, no.
What?
Corn pop.
What?
What?
Remember I told you about that on a podcast. He fought Corn Pop. He had a ghostwritten book and he fought a gang member or something.
Oh, okay.
It's dumb as shit.
Like some
It was definitely not
20-year-old.
real.
Yeah, I remember what
It
you're
was
talking about.
totally made up. And there's something else interesting about him. Hold on. No, I don't remember.
Yeah, there's nothing.
He's
Like among every president of the United States, since the TV become a thing for average person,
yeah.
the president all have a character, a personality. Now
Yeah.
think about anyone that is bland in your mind for the American president that you remember.
Bland that became president. That's a good point. Maybe that makes me think Trump will win, even though the polls are bad. Because I know Obama, like, he had good speeches.
He did the skateboard. That was cool.
Oh yeah, no, he had good speeches. He like hope and change, and like he had very good speech writers.
And Bush did the baseball thing.
He had more of a inspirational.
Bush was a man's man. He had a lot of shit. Like Bush had a personality. Clinton too.
Clinton did, yeah.
Clinton, like, he played the saxophone.
Yeah.
And he definitely banged chicks on the side.
I just watched a debate between.
He's definitely a personality.
Yeah, I watched a debate, like a little like open forum debate between Clinton and.
President. I honestly think you won't really see him much.
Oh, come on. His VP has more characters than he does.
Oh yeah. Kamala definitely.
Kamala Harris has more characters.
That's an interesting person.
Why don't they let Kamala run?
Oh yeah. Well,
So I was watching a debate between.
No, he's not.
shit, did we lose Zach? Have we just
What
been
is
talking to
happening on my
ourselves?
phone? Oh, there we go.
Zach?
You hear me?
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I was talking and my thing is recording, but yet you guys weren't hearing me, so I'm not sure what is happening on that.
Yeah.
I think my laptop mic took over when I muted it real quick.
Oh, okay.
And then
What were you
anyway,
gonna say? Sorry, we went on a rant.
Yeah. So I was saying, I watched a debate between Clinton and H.W. Bush. It was like a little open forum. And dude, like Clinton like wiped the floor with him with like responding to an answer. It was like night and day answers.
Yeah. Clinton was good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a smart person.
It's like it was like watching a movie. Like that's how you'd write the hero's response.
Side chick.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
He may be a pedo.
He may be a pedo, but
he's a smart pedo. Oh
hey, we could say that about Trump maybe too, and Biden.
Maybe, but what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Like a month ago or so, we had a podcast, and you said something about why do you go to 4chan or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to save a little like image of something I saw on 4chan, which is exactly why I went to 4chan. It was like image of Bill Clinton doing like a I'm not guilty face or whatever. Like, no, I didn't engage in pedophilia any of the 27 times I went to the island, the pedophile island. Like, it's something along those lines. It was way better than I just described. But basically, like, no, of course not. I just went there 27 times and engaged in nothing illegal.
Nothing.
That is on the law. Like, it was hilarious and it cracked me the fuck up.
Okay.
Like, of course you did.
So
you don't go there 20 whatever times.
Yeah.
Just to go and chat.
To hang out. Do you realize how absurd it is that we basically know that there pretty much is a pedophile ring with a rich elite?
Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
and we're still just sitting here as peasants going, well, what can you do?
Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
It's called
Well, Zach, you know what you can do? You can take a gun into a pizza shop and start shooting at the floor and saying, "There's a basement, I swear it."
But how absurd is it that it's almost all but like confirmed? Like there's so much stuff about it now.
Oh yeah, like and you know super high level. Like I'm really skeptical of Bill Gates.
Oh really?
Like-
Bill Gates?
Like he went there.
Oh, did he?
Times. Yeah.
What the hell? I didn't know Bill Gates went to there.
Like, and so the really creepy thing is, like, after he was convicted as a pedophile, Bill Gates also still hung out with the dude. It's like you knew. Like, I get before he was a convicted,
Yeah,
but afterwards you might be like, I don't know.
that's
You kind of had a
very
conviction
true.
of this creepy shit, man.
Well, he's rich enough, he doesn't give a shit.
And then Epstein does the 360 Tony Hawk off his bed.
Yeah.
Parkour.
It's a crazy. I want to. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Ghislaine Maxwell since like 2-3 months when she went in. Like
she said that she's going to name names. That's
yeah,
what
when?
said.
I want to now.
I want to see it.
Yeah, I always got to do this little dance. No, I want the names.
How?
And even if she does, what does it matter?
It's so
nah,
absurd.
She's fine.
It's so absurd that we know all these things are happening.
Yeah.
Move the bag.
What are you doing over there?
There's a bag of cat food and the cat keeps eating it like the bag and not the food like fucking moron.
That's weird. I think your cat might be retarded.
I moved it back.
Give the cat a test.
I want to check that out.
Give him a test. He literally was chewing on the plastic of the bag. Like, dude, the food is spilled out. You're supposed to eat the food now.
Okay.
Anyways,
What do your cat's eyelids look like?
what the fuck? What?
Because when Down syndrome, they got like, you know.
Oh, does the cat have Downs?
Right?
Cat Down syndrome.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
Good morning.
No, but he is a little devil spawn.
Mm.
This cat will literally, like, when you're walking, if he's in the mood for, like, playing, like, hardcore, he'll literally, like, jump at your leg and latch on and attack it. Like, we have to put him in the bathroom when he's that, like, excited and wants to play. Because he will literally scratch your leg up. And we kind of
Like,
figured
he's
that
not
might be
playing,
why
he's,
people
like,
got rid of
actually
him.
attacking.
Yeah. We think that
yeah.
that might be, like, people had kids or something and they did that to kids.
Mm. Yeah, usually cats are better. Like, when they're playing, they don't actually retract. They don't bring the claws out fully, you know? Like, they smack you without the claws.
Yeah.
Or even just barely scratch you.
Yeah, exactly. No, he goes hard, man. He's going for the death.
Jesus, man. You sure he's playing?
Maybe he thinks your leg is trying to kill him.
He might. He's fucking crazy.
You might be right, like, if he was really hard at playing.
Mentally
Yeah.
handicapped the cat.
No, I think he's just crazy. He like I've never seen this in a cat, but when he's like angry, like when you're playing with him, you can literally see in his eyes like he is going to murder your hand. Like you can see the death stare.
Holy shit.
And he's also
I
trying
think
to
it is a
bury
dumb
his
cat.
water now. I don't know.
He's
With
doing
the
what to his
food.
water?
Like it's kitty litter. Cat's so dumb.
I missed it.
He's trying to bury his water with the cat food that spilled out of the bag. Have you ever seen cats do that? Like they'll try and bury their food?
No. That's a squirrel behavior.
Yeah.
Change
He's
with
so
it.
retarded he thinks he's a
Well,
squirrel.
I think cats do it for the same reasons they bury their poop, so they don't leave like a trace. So if like they don't eat all their food, they'll bury it.
It's buried.
I've never seen that before. I don't.
No, I've seen
That's not normal.
like Drogo and Toaster do it every now and then. Toaster does
They
it more
bury
often.
their food.
Yeah. If they don't eat all of
I've
it.
seen that.
I'm just going back into the
Like,
So
food that's on the floor.
so if there's wet food and they don't finish it, they'll try and bury it. And like they'll do it like even if there's nothing to bury it with. It's just like the motion of burying. You know how cats will do like those motions of burying even though there's nothing to bury?
We had lots of cats growing up. I don't remember ever seeing one do that.
I don't know if I paid attention to their behavior that intently.
Yeah.
No, your spirit
Probably not
changes
that smart
after
when you're a kid thinking about the subtle
He
things.
took it with him. And he's
Yeah.
gonna take your dice too.
Hmm.
Grab something.
So where were we?
Yeah, what else is going on in life other than your cat?
Yeah, the cat was very distracting in the background. I don't know. We were just talking about how absurd it is. The things we know that are
Yeah.
all but like confirmed facts, which I don't like. How much more evidence do we need?
Mm.
The fact that there's elite pedo ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We're pretty sure our current president might be a part of it.
Mm.
might be.
Our past president.
Past
Is there any
president
evidence
might
about
be.
Obama being anywhere near this?
I don't.
don't think so, right?
think so.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one. That's one I don't recall ever hearing about.
You don't think there's
Obama
an
being
initiation when you become president? Like, hey, we gotta take you
Like,
to this
here,
island. You gotta
fuck
diddle
this
a
kid,
kid,
and we're gonna watch it, and we're gonna tape it just in case.
just to make sure.
It's like, do you remember what's that comedian? Bill Hicks. I think.
Uh huh.
See,
Like when you become president, he
Uh.
thinks what happens is you're taken to a room, and you're shown the Kennedy assassination from a new angle, and then a little paper is handed to you or a folder, and they go, "Here's your agenda the next 4 years. Let us know if there's any questions," and then they leave. Well, like that's what he thinks happens.
I mean, I bet you there's
good
things
bet.
not too far from the truth of that, where like
Yeah.
the person in power realizes, oh, I'm not really in power.
Yeah.
yeah. So I feel like Obama is
Mhm.
not part of it. It's partly because he wasn't born into this type of thing, right? I mean,
He wasn't
But
born into a like rich
Clinton
family.
wasn't either. Clinton was poor.
Clinton married to Hillary.
Yeah, but he wasn't born
Hillary
into
got
it.
Yeah, Hillary got old money.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
Clinton-
I'm just saying there's a
Hillary wasn't
circle
it.
of the old money and new money,
Yeah.
but Obama doesn't have money
Mm.
before he becomes a president.
Yeah. Well,
So you're not invited, essentially. That's what I'm saying.
no, but his father was something in politics. His mom was a PhD
Clinton's was?
in something.
Yeah, but
Well, he was in
That's-
Africa. He was a politician. But if the CIA needed something from Kenya, that guy might have gotten inducted. I don't know. I don't know what goes on. And he was in Harvard Law.
So what else do you think will be a strategy Trump might employ? You know, because like the election's coming close. Do you think there's something he should do? Like, what is it? November what? Was it the first Tuesday?
Third. November 3rd.
Yeah.
November 3rd.
3rd, I think. November 3rd.
Yeah, November 3rd. You think what? That's literally a month from now. What strategy would you employ like November 1st or November 2nd, I guess, the Monday before or the Friday before the election?
to really ensure he's is able to continue to be the president, he might launch a missile somewhere. Just to hit it.
I think he might try to like prevent people from like. Do you think he'll prevent people from trying to go to the polls in some way, or do you think that would help him if people? Because the people that would go to the polls most likely will be more Republicans, right?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Because
That's what I
Democrats
was
will
thinking,
vote
like-
by mail.
Like, it's like his. I think the COVID was a good sympathy play because it's over the long term, people like less inclined to go do the voting, right? They're like, I don't want to fill this out. The guy's in such bad shape. Like, you know, it's like kicking a guy when he's down, you know? Like voting against him when he's like maybe dying. Like, another thing to get people from, like, how do you screw up the mail system, it seems like he's trying.
Yeah, he definitely is.
But I don't know what you really do, because everyone's going to try to fix it.
Do you maybe upplay COVID before the elections, which also,
like
since
he's
he just
on his
got it,
deathbed,
he can do
ready
that
to
now?
die.
No, but then this will lose his base, right?
Yeah.
His base won't be.
Because they don't want Pence, the base.
Yeah.
But I don't think it will,
the
because he
middle
got it, so now they sympathize with him, like,
And
oh,
now they
COVID
wanna,
is real now.
Definitely vote for him as
Yeah.
he's a martyr now.
No, he wanted
It
to
could
be
be.
just sick enough, but not too sick.
I don't know, like, if he were, like, what would be the really clever thing to do? How do you get the votes in the mail?
Are you trying to forecast this thing just like you forecast Token get shot?
Yeah.
Yeah,
what would
let's
be
try and figure out what he's gonna do.
story?
If
I'm
you're
really thinking.
if you're his campaign manager,
Mhm.
what's
If
the thing you
I'm
can
a
do?
full-on sociopath, like, what do I do?
Assume you have no morale.
Institute shutdowns. National shutdowns.
For
Yeah, but in the end, it won't matter. Like, you got to make it look like you won.
Yeah, true.
Oh, I have a conspiracy theory.
Go ahead.
Leaked document that Biden is tied to China's money.
Oh, you tied
Yeah,
Biden to
but what does
China?
he actually have to do with that?
Yeah. I mean, his son got the money.
From Moscow.
Yeah.
Not China.
I'm just trying to tie it, okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to see how to... Do you have
Well,
any?
I guess you're not a good campaign manager.
Yeah, no, well, hey, campaign managers get a little more time to think.
True.
You can be the... Who's that guy again? That crazy guy that we watched for the Tiger King. That guy has a campaign manager.
The campaign manager he employed from Walmart.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Dude,
And he lost, surprisingly.
that was so fucking funny.
I want to come up with a good strategy.
I was a campaign manager for Joe Exotic, and it was the worst time of my life.
What's his name?
You know what I would honestly do? Like,
What?
if there is any way for him to get the riot started again. Like, because I feel like they've died down.
Stopped.
Oh,
I'm
that's
serious. Yeah, I would get like...
oh,
I
that's
would get
insidious.
some people going out there with bullhorns shouting the N-word. Something. I would get police shooting innocent black guys. And, it's got to be like it was slightly, maybe not, but something. Like, the more riots he gets started, the better for him.
Yeah,
Like,
you're right.
if he could put out some propaganda that gets some Antifa or Black Lives Matters into the suburbs in a swing state, that's gonna fucking clinch it for him. Like in Florida, if he can, Florida and Michigan, Ohio, I think he has locked.
Yeah, I think so too. Unfortunately,
I think Michigan and Florida is where Michigan, Florida, and Pennsylvania. I think those are the three he needs to shore up.
okay,
And if he can
that's
get
a good
riots to go
strategy.
off there,
Get the riots
anything.
going. Get people upset about that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would kill it, right?
I say
Yeah.
you
I think so.
hire people to go into the protest, get protests started, hire people to go in, make sure that they're violent and things burn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that would definitely
Especially killing a couple
do
of
it.
innocent people, here and there.
Like, but how do you do that?
Ooh.
That's the real question.
Nick.
Like, how
Ooh.
do you really,
I got
as the
it.
president, incite
I got it.
riots
Well,
in
what do
several
you
states? Go ahead.
what do you got?
Kyle Rittenhouse, you have his trial held the week before the election, and you make sure he's found not guilty.
Yeah. Depending on who the politicians
You can pay
are
people
in
for
those
that.
states, yeah, if you can get politicians to pardon, like, basically
Pardon
find not
him.
guilty-
Oh my God, yes.
No, pardon makes him look like he's inciting the riots intentionally.
True,
It's gotta
true.
look like he's not doing it intentionally. Like, if you can get the
find
the
innocent.
judge, like
To
rush
just
that
find him
trial and
not
get
guilty.
him to find innocent. And
Yeah.
then the pending George Floyd, like those cops still haven't been
Get them.
gone to trial.
Same
Have
thing.
the judge dismiss it. That would be brilliant for his campaign.
Wow.
Like all
See?
those things. Like,
We
if
figured
you
it
could
out.
Get those to happen. Like bribe those judges, bribe all that shit. Anything to get the riots going again.
All right, Nick. Well, we just called it. So if any of those things happen right before the election, like we're talking a week or two
Yeah.
before it,
No, I think, like right now, because people are mailing in their votes now, I think. I don't know the states particularly. So I guess it depends state by state.
yeah, I was
Maybe
about to say, I
people
think you would
mail
wait
in
like a
now.
week or two, because right now it's the Corona thing, right? So next week there
Yeah.
needs to be headlines.
He's already got something pushing him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it. I think that's right. If there's something, he can get those riots,
Hey.
like, hardcore.
I
Shit,
think
when is
you
Kyle
guys are
Rittenhouse's
already
thing?
better than Joe Exotic's campaign manager, okay?
You, you're right. You know, like, you know what's really, like... Okay, I don't know if he can persuade or speed up the justice system that much. Right?
You don't think so? You don't think so? The dude is part of a giant pedophilia elite ring. You don't think he can get a judge to find something he wants?
You're right. Maybe you're right. But like the swing
or
states,
he
Michigan's nothing's going on there. Pennsylvania, did they have a Black Lives Matter thing? I don't think so.
Well, you can bust people in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is,
Uh-huh.
if he hires somebody to go and do a drive-by shooting in a white suburb, and just any sort of thing about any sort of racism,
Yeah.
just tie it to like Black Lives Matters did this, or like it's the left. Anyway, anywhere in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, in a suburby place, they get a shooting
quiet town.
that seems like it's because of Black Lives Matters. He clinches Pennsylvania. He locks it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Problem is he
Yeah,
has
gotta
to
do
get
the
that
same
started. He has to have something like that happen.
You have to make it look like it's actually from
Yeah.
the protest.
Like he has a cop ready to shoot an innocent black guy, but they only record it so it's like it's maybe-ish, and it sets off riots in Pennsylvania. Because Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Florida, those are the ones.
Man. Well, if any of these things happen within a week or two,
we got it.
we called it.
I think I should be hired as a campaign manager for Trump.
It's quite
Or the
insidious.
the next Republican candidate, whatever.
No, they don't pay as well.
What do you think, though? So say Trump's elected, we get him 4 more years. First off, do you think
Nothing will happen.
crazy
Like
shit
in the
happens
past
because
4
people are so
years.
upset about it?
No. My
And this is
taxes won't
2-part
go up.
question, which is after that.
That's the only thing I'm trying to be like, I'm not so sad if Trump gets elected. My taxes won't go up. And then if
Same here.
the other way, my taxes will go up. Other than that, I don't know if there's any difference.
Okay, but here's my other point. Do you think in the year 2024, when it comes election year, do you think we'll have very, very any like
Partisan
Trump
crazy shit.
copycats come out?
I don't,
Like
I just
trying to
like,
be
I
the
don't-
wild man.
Who?
I don't think so. You can
Like
only
who
do
else
that
is
once.
trying to be as out there as Trump? Like
Well, you
left or
ask
right?
who,
Bernie
but it's not
maybe
like we
on the
expected
left.
Trump.
I mean, I
Yeah,
kind of
but-
see Bernie on the left, but he's not that like
Public only have so much appetite.
Kanye.
Yeah, there you
Kanye on the
go.
left.
Yeah,
I honestly
Kanye.
think Kanye could do it. Kanye could come on the left, and he could be that wild, crazy guy that gets.
He
so
would be
much
the left
media.
version of Trump for sure.
Yeah, he gets so much media, and like people report anything he says because he's. I don't know how he does it, but he gets lots of people to talk about him.
I think he does Trump-esque strategies where he knows crazy shit he does is going to cause headlines.
I really think like Kanye could be president like 10 years down the line.
But then
Mark this, okay? If we're still doing the discourse in 10 years and it's President Kanye, I called it. 'Cause I honestly
Called
think
it.
he'd be president.
Well, we are going to have to, in December, do a year in review, and boy, is that going to be a one hell of a podcast.
That's right.
I'm not ready
Holy
for
shit.
Kardashian to be the first lady. Okay.
I was just telling Nicole we should do a joke one where we just do like the whole intro and just like, so, year 2020, year in review, and just have you be like, it was shit, and then end it. But then do an actual one.
Probably. Yeah, that's about right. It's been
It's shit.
the craziest year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like in Milpitas, I guess where we are, there have been several small earthquakes, like series of them.
Uh-huh.
I never
We had-
felt one of them.
Yeah, I felt 2. There's been 6.
Damn.
And I
After
was like-
fires?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, but they're small. They're like 3-point whatevers. I barely feel them.
Barely shook it.
But I'm like sitting there being like, but it's 2020. This
Something-
could be lead
something
to
dangerous could
something
happen.
way bigger. I'm about to Google like what to do in the event of a major earthquake.
Well, hey,
I'm worried.
we've made it to the last quarter of
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah, we're almost there.
We're getting there.
Getting there. Oh, I'm gonna.
But in 2021, that's when the economy completely collapses. So I don't think it's going to be
I
better.
think that's been-
2021
Is that what we were gonna call?
Yeah, crash.
Yeah, I think it's shocking how little. I don't. So
Nobody's talking about it, but you know it's coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not in the service economy like waiters or tourism.
Yep.
So I haven't felt the like. I know there are people feeling like the real hard, like no job, can't pay rent, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
We haven't
exactly.
felt
Like
that.
it's getting there.
It's shocking that we haven't. Like I think like if they fall apart, it's only a matter of time before like
Yep.
tech workers or you work in insurance, like eventually they're going to cut back too because those people pay bills, right? They stop paying bills, they stop paying insurance, they
Yep.
stop getting cars, they stop paying for whatever services.
Don't.
Like eventually it gets to you.
There's
and then the
there's
rest
loans
escapes.
that they took out that won't ever
Yeah.
get paid.
Yeah, they're gonna default.
Yeah, there's so much that
Exactly.
like it's just gonna happen. And I think right now
Is
we're
that
not
what you
seeing
were
it
gonna
because
call
it just
The
takes
economy
time.
gonna crash? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm gonna call for December 2020.
Oh, dude,
And you look
it's
at the
totally
stock
gonna be
market,
December
it's
because that's
fucking
when
crazy.
Christmas is. People are gonna want to buy presents and shit.
And they're
They're not gonna have it.
money.
What if
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
Black
that's when it's
Friday?
supposed to be.
Like,
Oh, Black Friday, and they realize, but people
No, a lot
don't
of-
want to buy
But
stuff.
people
A lot of
don't
places
have money.
canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's
crazy.
gonna be big.
that might actually be a weird Black Friday. Like, it might be weird.
Yeah.
We have all these giant sales, but the economy's crashed.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think there are so many scams in the stock market that in a matter of time until they fall apart.
Yeah.
Like, it's only the Fed printing money that keeps them alive. Like, have
Money
you heard of
printer
Nikola?
No.
You should
What's
look
that?
it up.
Nikola is hilarious. So, Nikola is a $10 billion company.
Uh huh.
$11 billion company. Do you know, where do you think the word Nikola comes from?
Nikola Tesla?
Yeah. And the
Huh.
other guy, Tesla, the electric
Yeah.
vehicle company.
Uh huh.
Another guy started a company. He's like, let's start an electric vehicle. Let's call it Nikola. That should set off your alarm bells right away.
Yeah.
That he's just copying it. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, Nike's a company with shoes. Let's start a company called Mikey with shoes.
Mikey.
Right?
Wouldn't that just be
idea.
spelled Mike?
Yeah. It's just weird, right? But,
Yeah.
like, the CEO's already been ousted for financial irregularities. The only revenue he's booked was through,
Installing the.
yeah, he installed solar panels on his own home through the company, and he booked it as revenue. That's the only revenue they've ever made.
It's a $10
It's a 10
billion company?
Yeah, $10 billion company, and they're gonna do. They keep putting out press releases about like a electric truck, just like Tesla has, but it all seems like bullshit. Like they faked a demo. There's just so much scam like
The
behavior.
hell?
Like it looks like Wolf of Wall Street before he went bust. Like it's like.
Wasn't even well polished.
Yeah, it's like who cannot tell this is not a scam, but it's worth $10 billion.
Can't you do the investing in that company? I forget what it's called. The reverse of investing, where you bet
Yes, you
the
can
company's going to
short
do
it.
bad.
You can short it.
But people have been. But it
Uh-huh.
keeps going up because I'm sure they're scamming it with a pump and dump scheme, just like in Wolf on Wall Street.
Damn.
And like those things can keep going, but eventually they collapse.
Yeah.
And we're just waiting for that collapse.
That's
There's
insane.
lots of them out there. That's just the most absurd one that's going on when you look at it. Is like everyone knows this is a scam. It's like Theranos. You know what Theranos was, right?
The what?
Theranos?
No.
It was.
Oh.
Have you heard of the name called Elizabeth Holmes?
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Oh, dude, you
Yeah.
gotta watch the documentary Bad Blood, I think?
Bad Blood, yeah. But
So-
he heard of Elizabeth
Yeah.
Holmes. So
So she was like a Silicon Valley entrepreneur.
Uh-huh.
And she sold like these,
testing.
yeah, so you were supposed to go in to like, to get these tests for medical reasons, right? And you draw blood, and then they test the blood, right?
Mm-hmm.
And her like disruption was they're just gonna do a little prick, like just a tiny one, and they're gonna do all those tests, and like way faster than the blood draw. Like you'll get them like in an hour,
Okay.
whatever. So
This does sound
she got-
familiar.
yeah, she got a huge valuation. She was a billionaire
Okay.
on paper, a billionaire on paper.
Uh-huh.
Henry Kissinger invested. He was the biggest name that poured money into it. But a lot of like big people put money into this. Like clever.
Yeah.
There was like somebody
Someone from
really
military.
yeah,
high
someone
up.
really high up in the military. Lots of people poured money into this.
Mm-hmm.
And they partnered with I think Walgreens or CVS, one of the two, one of the big
CVS.
companies.
Yeah. Where they could do the test there.
Yeah. And then it wasn't just that it was like that tech didn't actually work. It was
Mm-hmm.
worse. It's like they did these things, and then like you sent the blood off to get tested, and then the results they sent back,
Mm-hmm.
like odds are you probably don't have what they're testing for. So most of them just were like, yeah, you don't have it. Even though they weren't really testing, because you can't actually do that.
Oh shit! So they were
Like,
sending
you can't do
false
that with that little
results.
bra. Yeah. So many people like got false results. People probably died because of this shit. And like so many biologists were coming out saying like that's not possible. Like
yeah.
you can't do it with just a prick of blood.
There's
That's not
one
physically
guy-
fucking possible.
There's one.
Damn.
I think it's pretty hard working chemist to work.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that
That was
dude
news.
killed himself.
Yeah. Like this was news like
Damn.
years ago. Like the guy killed himself. And like still, investors were pouring money in because she went in and she was
Charmed
another
them.
sociopath.
She pitched
did,
well.
Like, she was billed as this female Steve Jobs, and this is how ridiculous it gets because she wore turtlenecks.
Oh,
That's
God.
The same kind of,
And she
attire.
she faked like a deep voice
Yeah.
to sound more authoritative. Like she actually doesn't have the real voice. She was mostly recorded as
What the fuck?
It's so fucking up
And
in so many weird ways.
If you look at her enough, you see like she has a really crazy stare.
Oh yeah,
That's
she's
crazy
fucking
stare.
weird as shit. She's just a crazy.
Well, it
person,
doesn't sound like
just a
normal people
human.
actions.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Like you just look at it and you're like, how did people buy this shit? And I think there's a lot more of that out there that's just waiting to be exposed.
Yeah, so I think that is our prediction, which is kind of a spoiler alert for our 2021 What Happens Next podcast.
Yeah,
But who knows? The economy might crash before we get to December.
it's good. I don't know. Yeah.
How is it
If I
not
was
already?
Biden's campaign manager, and I
After
was a
election.
sociopath, I'd be like, anything that can crash the economy, anything.
I don't understand how it hasn't already.
I actually think that's what the stimulus is delayed for. I think the Democrats, they know that they want a stimulus in reality. They just don't want it until after the election.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They don't
I
care
know
if
that's
you-
why.
Yeah. They don't care if you can't pay the bills.
Yeah.
Nobody cared.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, at least they're doing that right from a campaign standpoint. But if there's anything more they can do to crash the economy, like, I don't know. I don't know what they could do.
Fucking crazy,
That's a
man.
good point. If they could reveal the frauds, that would be great. The problem is a lot of them, I think, are in Silicon Valley, and I think they're very buddy-buddy with Silicon Valley.
Yeah, because they make a lot of donations.
Yeah, I think they're more on the side of tech companies, so they don't want to crash them, but if they could crash them, they would.
Yeah, that's true. Oh no, I just realized why my audio is being funky. I've been recording, but it's recording through the laptop, I think. I think my mic didn't auto-detect.
I hope it works out. It records okay, because I think this has been a good podcast.
Yeah, that's good. So, do you think, though, it is possible for the president, do you think he can be delaying the obviousness of the economy crashing?
Yeah.
And he's just delaying it till after the election?
Oh, yeah.
He's doing everything he
That's
can.
also
to
why
not
I think
have it
2021
crash.
is going to crash.
Yeah.
I think he's pulling out every trick in the book, anything he can.
Yeah, I think that's more like what's happening.
Promising
Print
money.
out, yeah,
Like
crazy
anything.
amount of money. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. I figured that was probably more what's happening. He doesn't want it to be so obvious during his campaign.
I mean, Powell was his pick, and Powell has been very much like, we're going to keep interest rates like at zero until 2023, I think he may have committed to, which is a long time to keep interest rates at zero, and like that's what he's committed to.
Damn.
And they're changing the inflation targeting, so they're saying that, so typically they target 2%. And they've been under hitting it forever. They're saying they will let it go above 2% now, so that the years they go under it will average 2%, which is a change in Fed policy. That's another, so
Damn.
Powell is kind of being like, we'll do anything we can to keep that.
Literally making sure. How do they measure? So, when the economy officially crashes, what measures are they looking at? Is it multiple, job markets, what the dollar's worth? What are they looking at exactly?
What do you mean by crash? Recession, I believe, is a 2-quarter decline in the GDP. If it retracts rather than grows. So if GDP goes down by any percentage 2 quarters in a row, technically you're in a recession.
That's it? That's the measure?
That's it. So we're technically in a recession now, which is odd because the stock market keeps going fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
So, but then it's what are you measuring? Unemployment skyrocket. But that's not a crash because the stock market hasn't crashed, but it's a recession. So it's terminology, or it's just what went down. Housing prices haven't crashed.
It actually gone up.
I'd say a 20% decline in housing prices. That's a housing price crash.
No, only in big cities. Suburb has been going up.
I'd say median over the entire nation. If 20% decline in prices on average of whatever it is, I would call it a crash. If the stocks crashed in March, but they recovered right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, they crashed hard in March, but it was literally within a week they were going right back up.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember talking to Dong.
Oh yeah.
Remember when I said,
it's our friend.
Yeah. I said I don't know, maybe, and he was asking me how much further I thought that would go down. I don't know. So we're talking about the Dow. It was at 18,500, and I said I don't know. 1,700, and that was my guess. And he says, "Oh, you're a real optimist." So but then they fucking skyrocketed. It's just how much craziness has gone on.
Sold.
It's weird.
Who sold?
Don't.
He sold his stock?
I think so. I think they sold some.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he called me an optimist for saying only going down another 5%. And I guess I was, but they just went. It
just went up and up and up.
Fucking crazy.
It's insane. All right, well, it's getting late here, so I'm gonna hop off.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Send me this one because I'll probably edit this one for Tuesday.
Yeah, it's actually
topical,
time sensitive.
Yeah.
All right. I'll send it to you.
All right, later.
Later.